All right, suggest a book. It comes from Lori Beth Jones. I've had her book. This is the second edition of it for a long time, right? Great book. And it's called Jesus CEO. Jesus CEO. So she looks at a chief executive officer's position and looks at Jesus and what he did in his life and ministry. And she sees the application. She basically writes about it, almost in a devotional manner. You can almost take one of these a day and kind of look at it. But as she went about doing that, it's become a national bestseller. I found so many things in here applicable to everyday life, certainly from a leadership perspective. Stop and talk about it. It says these words. His, quote, I am statements are what he became. Jesus' I am statements is what he became. Here's our story now. Jesus did not look back on the events of his life and say, I must have been the Son of God. He declared himself to be the Son of God, and the proof followed. Jesus regularly visualized the success of his efforts. Quote, I declare a thing and it's done for me. My words accomplish that which I sent it out to do. End quote. Probably many people would describe Jesus as one of the most humble beings who ever walked on the earth. Yet consider what he said about himself in the Bible. Absolutely everything he said about himself was positive. Quote, I always do what pleases God. God always answers my prayers. Was this conceit? Or was it enlightenment? Enlightened creativity and self-knowledge? If you look at the Old Testament, you will read some of its most beautiful verses recited later by Jesus about himself. For example, his mission statement regarding bringing good news to others is taken from the prophet Isaiah. There's a proverb that says, quote, a man's curses will fall and wrap themselves around him like a cloak. What a powerful visual image that is. What if every word we said fell and wrapped itself around us like a garment? What kind of wardrobe would we have? Words have power. And Jesus spoke lovingly, powerful, and confident words about himself. It is interesting to listen to the self-talk of super athletes. I once read an article in which one of the greatest female tennis players of all time reviewed a game that she lost. Every statement she made about herself was still positive. People who succeed speak well of themselves, to themselves. Nowhere in the gospel does Jesus put himself down. Jesus was full of self-knowledge and self-love. His, quote, I am statements were what he became. So question, whom do you tell yourself that you are on a daily basis? Whom? Write something down. Whom do you tell yourself that you are on a daily basis? Again, whom, if at all, do you tell yourself that you are on a daily basis? Question. If each word you said about yourself fell and wrapped itself around you like a garment, what word would your self-talk wardrobe look like? What would your self-talk wardrobe look like? Finally, what good, pure, true, and beautiful words do you feed your mind every day? What good, pure, true, beautiful words do you feed your mind every day?